Hi to everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Heart Warriors Tarot and we're going to be doing a star sign reading for Leos today. This is a timeless reading. It's suitable for whenever you happen to come across it. If you resonate with it, please only take the messages that are relevant to you that come up in the reading. This is a collective reading. It's not meant to fit everybody's circumstances. It's about you being able to find the information that you need within it if it seems right for you. This is the Bianco Nero Tarot. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to chime my singing bowl. Take this moment to use the note to help focus your mind and think about any areas of your life you would like advice and guidance on, or even just inspiration. Okay, and I'm thanking our spirits and guides for being with us today and guiding this reading for the highest good of all. Have you got, Spirit, any messages, guidance, any inspiration you would like to give Leos today? Let's start there. We have the Fool, the Empress, the Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords and the Star. Always beautiful when the Star comes up as the last card of a row. Everything is going to be all right in the end. Everything is going to work out in the end. That is always the message of the Star. It's a beautiful card. It's one of my favourite in tarot decks. It is about having faith and trust and knowing that there's always better times ahead after a period of chaos, after a tumultuous time of your life. We're starting this reading with the Fool. The Fool is suggesting a new phase of your life that you are entering, and I'm getting a home vibe here with the Empress card right next to the Fool. There is a maternal feeling here. There is a sense of, or a feeling of, wanting to understand what home means to you on a very feminine maternal level. You could be a woman relating to this reading, entering a particular phase of your life to do with your home, to do with how you make it work for you in some way or another. There could be, with this Ten of Wands here, some kind of heavy burden, duties or responsibilities that you have been carrying, maybe still are carrying, to do with your home and home life. This could be to do with your children, grandchildren, children in general, possibly with the Empress card here. It could be to do with people that you are looking after within your home, or just situations within your home that have been in some ways too big a burden for you to carry. And it's coming to a point now where you're actually needing to rest here with this Four of Swords. You could be heading towards a period of ill health if you do not take it easy. You may already have had that period of ill health. So it is important to rest up. It's important to take stock of where you are and really tune in to this needed new beginning, this understanding that you need to change something up here and put down the burdens, the duties, the responsibilities and so on that you are carrying that maybe are not yours to carry. Maybe they were once, but they might not be yours to carry any longer, because you need to take stock of what is really draining your energy here in the long run. But like I said, we do have this Star card at the end, kind of finalizing this first line of the reading. And it is suggesting that everything is going to be okay in the end, and maybe also to take on a more optimistic view, if you can, of all the possibilities that do lie ahead and that you have open to you right now, tuning into those instead of focusing on the burdens, which is not me saying that the burdens are not important. They are, especially if they're leading to you feeling particularly drained and low on energy, and perhaps taking a toll on your health as well. These are things that you do not want, but the light is brighter than you might think it is, okay? So if you were thinking of actually changing things around and going into some kind of new beginning or new phase with regards to something to do with, I think, your home life and the responsibilities that you hold as this Empress figure, which means that you could be a mother, grandmother, or someone like a carer or nurse who looks after other people an awful lot and feels that as a sense of responsibility. This is giving me an affirmative and let me know it is a good idea for you to change things around a bit, go into this new beginning, put down your burdens, take stock of what it is you're carrying that you shouldn't anymore, be very aware of your health, your physical health, any illnesses that you may have had in the recent past, and be honest about where that comes from, what the source of that is, and is it because you have been carrying too much? Is it because you've been overworking, and so on? But the star is really telling me you've got brighter days ahead. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords suggesting that you might find it very difficult to move on to this new beginning. You perhaps find it very difficult to let go of these burdens here, to let go of these, literally these 10 sticks, and you feel that you have to carry them no matter what. That's what I'm getting there from the Eight of Swords. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles, suggesting to me, yep, that this could be a work situation, possibly. If it's not a work situation, this Three of Pentacles is indicating to me that the other people in your environment are not pulling together, perhaps, to actually help you out in some way or another, or that they could pull together to help you out in some way or another. And it's about perhaps you approaching them and asking them to do so, literally being quite honest about where you're at. For others of you, it will be a work situation, especially with this Knight of Pentacles next to the Three of Pentacles, suggesting that it's time for change within the work here. It's time to move to a new area, perhaps a new area of work, or a new area for your work, or a new area so that you can change your work situation in some way or another. This could be a physical move, okay? You actually moving to a different location, either to live or to work. Yeah, look at this. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So now this is looking like a very work focused situation, and I'm going to move the reading into that direction, okay? There is a suggestion here that you may need to study and work hard in a certain area for you to get to where you want to get to. You may have to move in order to study what it is that you want to, in order to kind of raise your status within your work environment. And there is a suggestion that where you're at now, or where you have been, is not suitable for you with regards to work, that perhaps you've been taking on far too much and things that aren't your responsibility to take on as well. And there's a sense inside you in terms of value that you are worth much more than that. And perhaps, you know, you want to be paid more than you have been. And perhaps you also want the recognition for all the things you're actually capable of. And that's now why you're looking, or you're wanting to look at moving and changing your work situation here. But this Eight of Swords is a little bit frustrating. It does suggest that you feel for some reason or another that this new beginning, in order to do this, isn't happening. Why is it not happening? Is it to do with an inability to actually move to a new location? Is it to do with other circumstances like surrounding your home life, for example, that keeps you from moving forward? Or is it your own state of mind putting blocks in the way? I don't know the answer to that at the moment. The cards aren't telling me, but those are things for you to think about. Okay, we have the King of Wands, the Emperor, and the Four of Cups. This is suggesting to me, this is a very, very male, this is a male third line here. This is a very masculine trio of cards. And it's coming across to me that you actually want a much more nurturing and maternal work environment, that you do not want to be cooped up with a whole bunch of men or masculine energies or people throwing their weight around, and you don't perhaps want to be under certain authorities and certain ways of doing things with this Emperor card here. The Emperor next to the King of Wands suggests to me a very domineering quality, and it could be that you have found yourself in that kind of male environment within your workplace that is quite domineering in a very left brain kind of way. That means you haven't been able to work in the way that you want to. And it could be with this Four of Cups here that every offer that's kind of come your way in the past, or every way that you've tried to change your work, you keep meeting these very male forces. And there may be certain regulations and rules within your workplace that mean you have not been able to move forward in the way that you want to. That's what's coming across to me there with those three cards. And then we've got the Five of Wands and the Strength. Yeah, you know, and this is kind of really tested you in the past. It might still be testing you now. You've really had to kind of show your worth, prove your worth, or at least that's what it feels like inside. There is a sense here, you know, with the Strength card of the female or feminine energy coming through to show these arguing masculine energies the way forward, that it is about taming the more primal instincts and what's going on inside. And actually finding a different, more gentle, more nurturing way to do things. I feel like this is the predominant challenge here. This has been your constant block. I don't know if it's still a block now, if it needs to be. You have this Fool card, which is the new beginning you want to move into. And you do have this Star card at the end. So it does suggest that there is a possibility for things getting better here, for things kind of going your way in the long run. But this does seem like a very big battle to me, you know, and it feels like something that is very present now with what you're doing, with what you're trying to move through in your life. But also maybe that it has been a battle in the past as well. There is a sense here that you've kind of fought this for a while. Okay, that's what it feels like. Page of Pentacles. We had another star sign that had the Page of Pentacles last recently. Can't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was Cancer. It could have been the last reading. With a Page of Pentacles, there is an opportunity here to go in a new direction with your work. And I feel like this Page of Pentacles ties in with the Fool card here. This is what your new beginning is about. But I feel like you're hesitant. And the reason you're hesitant is because of this kind of battle here that you're feeling world weary about. It's almost like you don't want to do it again. You don't want to go through all of that again with regards to having to iron out the patriarchal, authoritative areas of your workplace. You don't want to have to prove yourself over and over again. You don't want to have to go through the motions of standing up for yourself. You don't want to have to be in a place where people don't recognize your skills, your abilities, what you're actually capable of. And you don't want to be in a place where you don't want to work the way that you actually want to work, which is in this very feminine Empress way. You have a certain way that you want to do things. The feminine energies in this spread is the Empress, the Star, the Strength card, okay? These are three major arcana cards that are coming through as very, very feminine. But there is this kind of slight block in the way here, which is this masculine force. I think this Eight of Swords is very interesting because I think it hasn't been easy for you. I think that this reading is coming across as accurate in what it's showing me about the masculine energies that you maybe have had to fight in the past and maybe still do. But it's also coming across with the Eight of Swords that you also maybe put up the blocks in your mind before you've even started, because you've had to do this a lot. It's like you defend yourself against it before you even walk the path. And The truth is you're going to have to go into it over and over again to see whether it's still the same. Don't self-sabotage a new opportunity just because you're expecting it to be the same as it was before. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe it will be the same as it was before in some ways. But that doesn't mean things aren't changing, and that doesn't mean that you don't have an impact, and it doesn't mean that you don't make a difference in other people's lives or within your workplace or whatever it might be for you. But I am getting a strong sense of this very weary feeling, and it is important that you look after your health. So I'm sensing from this reading that you are in a situation where you're having to think about and perhaps even make a decision on a new beginning and a new opportunity within your workplace that you can potentially go into, if not a completely different shift in your career, but you're considering whether you want to or not, because it's not going to be easy work and you are expecting it to be difficult in terms of this masculine and or authoritarian energy that you feel you're going to have to battle through to get your point across. This reading isn't telling me which decision you should make. What it's telling me is that despite the decision you're going to make, it's going to be okay in the end. With the star card here, it's going to be okay as long as you're true to you. Okay, as long as you're making this decision from your own kind of place of value and self-worth. As long as you're doing it from the right place, it is going to be all right in the end. I feel that if you make the decision to go into it, this new work phase, that you have everything in you to actually make it work, even if you're going over the same motions over and over again. But I also do think that your health here, your physical health, perhaps even your emotional, mental health, is a consideration and a very important one that you need to take into account. And therefore, it's also okay to say no, to actually be like, do you know what? I've had enough of that and I'm going to change things up. I feel like, Leo, that's where you're at, with this reading. And it is about being very true to you. That's going to be the answer to this with regards to making this decision if you're relating to this, but knowing that you have got this star card here at the end and everything is going to work out. And in many ways, the path that you've walked is the correct path. It is where you've always supposed to have been. I do like ending on the Page of Pentacles and any page card actually, because it does beautifully tie in with a new beginning, and it does suggest that whatever decision you make, there is a new element as a result of it. There is something that you can take forward into some kind of new beginning, no matter what, that will serve you, that will open an important door for you, and you will be able to move forward in a refreshing way, in some way or another, no matter which way you go with this. Okay, Leos, I hope that makes sense. It's one of those readings where it doesn't give me conclusions. It's basically telling me that it's your difficult decision and kind of laying it out for me on the table. But we do have this star card here, okay, and we do have this Page of Pentacles. So we really do have, I think, a really nice conclusion, but it is up to you how you want to get to that conclusion, if that makes sense. Okay, Leos, have a fabulous week ahead. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time for the next reading. Bye bye.